I am David Blackwell. Let me introduce you to myself. I just got this webcam. Um, I'm using a computer I just built recently, so I've been buying cheap stuff. And so this camera really isn't the best quality. As you can see, it's kind of grainy looking. But hey, I got me a webcam. And what's cool about this webcam, well, this ain't actually a webcam. It's a computer camera. It's called the YoStar. But come with a green screen and stuff. I don't know nothing about computers. I ain't got nothing set up right. And so I thought I'd try this, and kind of interesting. Come a bunch of little pieces. It's got a green screen, man. The green screen's like 6 foot by 6 foot, so it's about right here on me somewhere, or yeah, somewhere eye level ish or something. But hold on one second. It's about 6 foot. Oh, okay. So it's up to my mustache. If I'm 6'6", and it's up to my mustache, okay. So that's about 6 foot, which is way bigger than I thought. Because I thought I'd have to prop it up on something or something like that. It's kind of neat. I would show you, but that means I gotta move things around, and yeah, I need to clean my room. But yeah, this is kind of interesting. So I'm not totally done building the computer or anything. There's still a little bit of work I got to do to it, because I thought it'd be really cool to put a computer inside of a radio from the 30s. And so I got pieces here and there and everywhere, and I'm not totally done with it. And where the computer is really going is in where the part of the radio where the speaker goes, and so there's still more modifying of the computer case and this and that, and how I want to do things for a power button and this and that. I have no idea where I'm going to put some things, and it's just been a process. Well, hey. Alright. Look, green screen. Woo, green screen. Computer I'm working on. Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff in there. See, I still need to do some modifications in there. I got wires hanging everywhere. Ooh, look at there. Ain't that interesting? Yeah. But, yeah. Not totally done. Oh, you don't want to see. Here, we'll put you right back over here, because you don't want to see all that. And computer's way over here. TV's way over here. I see myself 150 million times now. Yeah. It's it's pretty interesting. I am excited, and I got text message on my phone. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. But I am so excited about that. But there's other things I'm kind of sad about. You know, you know, I believe going to church and everything, and you gotta have your walk with Jesus. Church is a place where you fellowship. you fellowship at church. Church, yeah, church is maybe just a building, but it's where you go to worship the Lord. It's where you fellowship to worship with other believers. You know, you can have church in a house. The Bible says where two or three are gathered, there's church there, and it's, but something happened here recently, and I haven't been posting videos on YouTube and everything because I, but I, I've, I've been having a sad moment. When you're sad, you know, and then, all right, so I go to a church or actually now I went to a Church of God, Mount Carmel Church of God. Well, we have had problems. A preacher only stays 2 or 3 years. Well, a small church. It's a small church. You can't be mad. If God tells the preacher, to move on, to a bigger church or whatever. A lot of preachers got to begin somewhere. Small church is nice for them to learn. So most churches, are ran by the people of the church. Well, yes and no. Because unless you're independent church, which Church of God is not an independent church, it has overseers that are over the preacher and stuff. For the most part, the preacher pretty much runs the church. Well, he doesn't run the church, but because there's people of the church, they counsel and everything, and it's like, how do I explain it? This group of people pretty much runs independently, but yet they have this group of people here that if this group needs help, this group should usually helps, and this and that. I don't know how to exactly explain it, but anyway, so we have overseers and this and that, and so the Church of God has overseers. Well, there's the district overseer, and then the city and the state. Well, anyways, so led down to the state overseer of the Church of God. Decided that they weren't going to send another help us find another preacher, and because our preacher had recently left to move on to other things, it hurt. That hurt bad. It hurt a lot of people bad. A lot of people are upset. But so when other people were upset, yes, I was upset. I was hurt. I still feel hurt on that. Um, and then, so, anyways, back to what the state overseer about the state overseer made a decision about shutting our church down. Our church that has no debts, that had money in the bank, even though we're a small church. And the Church of God did not pay for our church. It was the people of the church. Is the people that have been way before me, and some of these people are now dead and stuff, but and the people that originally started the church and stuff, and so the state overseer is shutting well is now shut us down. Took several weeks process of this and that, and so it's just been hard on that. So now a lot of us are finding different churches to go to, and the state overseer is trying to get us to go to other churches and stuff, and it's it's really hard to think of to get into somebody's preaching when it's doesn't feel led by God. It feels led by someone's agenda. Because when someone has an agenda, oh yeah, you expect change. God, yeah, you are supposed to expect change and this and that with God. God changes you inside and stuff. So I recently, this is Wednesday night, and I went to Bible study at another church down the road. That's not a Church of God. Nice little church. Friendly people there, very friendly. I went there, and I was nervous before going in there because I didn't know anybody and everything. I did know someone that went to that church, but they weren't there today. They were sick, and so and I can't remember the exact verse because someone's calling, but I can't remember the exact verse, but it kind of I've been feeling some anger issues and stuff because it's Church of God closing down and stuff, and it's like they're all trying to. What's sad is they're trying to take away Sunday night service and this and that, and I grew up going to church. When we go to church, we go Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, and if there's a revival, every night that revival's going. You know, when you're a kid, you don't quite understand it, but now when I'm me as an adult and being hungry for the word, hungry for the word, I understand it. It's oh man, it's oh I don't know, but so tonight, we're doing Bibles. Went to the Bible this one church Bible study and stuff, and even though it was in Hebrews 3, it was um, reading in Hebrews 3. Every once in a while, the preacher would kind of skip around to a couple of verses here and there, but something that kind of pulled my mind in was in from second. I can't remember exactly because I have a hard time remembering exactly what verse is what and everything. Like um, I'll get numbers mixed up. I can't remember them, and I can't remember certain. I forget easy. Let's just put it that way. I forget a lot of things easy. So it was in Second Corinthians and stuff, and it was talking about being separate from the world and stuff. When you're Christian, because when you're following Christ and stuff, You are going to be separate from the world. You don't want to be like the world. You want to be like Christ and everything. Because what brought that up is what do you two questions was asked. What do you identify yourself as, and who do you identify yourself with? That is two of the deepest questions that I have heard in the longest time. Who do you identify yourself as, and who do you identify with? You know, because as a Christian, you identify yourself as a Christian, a follower of Christ. Christ was separate from the world. We are to follow Christ, be separate from the world. So it just like kind of struck a chord with me when it was reading the verse from Second Corinthians being separate, um, separating and stuff, because churches that are trying to take away Sundays and Wednesday night service, Bible studies and stuff, they're trying to appease the world. It's not why you're not supposed to appease the world. You're not supposed to make the world happy. You need to ruffle some feathers out there. You ruffle some feathers, it helps. You know, you are to if you identify yourself as a Christian, you need to be separate from that. It doesn't mean you can't talk to a non-believer. It doesn't mean you can't be friends with someone that's not a Christian. You can still be friends with non-Christian people. When your goal is to lead people to Christ. But you got people just you been and I've been hurt, and I felt hurt because of what the Church of God has done to our little church. They shut our little church down. There's a lot of people, a lot more than just our church that's been upset. There's people that used to go to the church that, because they go to other churches because it's a little closer to them, because people move and stuff. They can't stay in one place forever. So, people move here and there. You know, I, and they trying to say, oh, you need to go to this bigger church with all these people. Well, they ain't got no place for our musicians. Our musicians, what, you think the musicians from this big other church are going to let our little tiny musicians play? Do you think the people that sing special songs in our church, do you think these bigger churches are going to let them sing? We're not, some of us are not singers, but we still enjoy to sing. What do you think them people from the bigger churches that expect singers to be? That they're going to make fun of our singers and stuff. They're not going to let our good musicians play. That's our musicians that have been playing for years and stuff. Some of these churches don't care about the red hymnal music and stuff. It's hard to explain, but it's upsetting. I've been upset. I'm hurt. And when a person does not listen and will not think, and it only sees the dollar signs, it hurts. And I'm upset about that. It's when it's like you're losing your home when you go to when you've been established in this church, going to this church for so long, and you have to close. You lost your home, and you know, you, some people don't understand how much it hurts. It hurts so bad in here. It's an anger that you cannot explain. It hurts to explain that anger. But it just when you hurt, you hurt, and people don't understand, and we it makes it makes you want to cry. People, you know, I don't care if you see me cry or not. I've been hurt, and then here recently, one of my uncles died, and his funeral's Friday, and I've been hurt on that, you know, and when you're trying to deal with this and that, you know, I feel sorry for the rest of my family and stuff, you know. I feel sorry for my uncle's kids, you know, because I know what they're going through, because after my mom died, I know there was pain and stuff, and I know that pain and confusion. And then recently, one of my aunts passed away, and her kids dealing with that pain and stuff. And then my other aunts and my other uncles dealing with this stuff. You know, it's it's hard. It's just been an emotional time for me, and trying to get getting this, trying to get this computer set up, so I can have fun, making YouTube videos and stuff. It's I I probably spent more than I should, but I was thought I was enjoying it, but now with all this other stuff going on, it's hard to be happy in my heart. All I can do is pray to God, help me with this anger. I it's hard when you're angry. When you're angry, it hurts. It hurts when you're angry. People don't realize how much anger hurts you. It does. It hurts deep in here. But yeah, so I guess I said a few things. So, all right, y'all have a good one. Night. God bless you.